my chassis, right? Here's my front forks. Does that make sense? This is where I want, but there's a problem because it's hard for you to look up, right? So what you got to do, you got to kind of go. Let me see this. A little bit flat-footed, a little bit knees in front of the shoulders, a little bit more, and then this. Right? Now, you feel more comfortable, right? But how does that feel standing? And say, hey, we'll be back in a half hour. It's very tiring, huh? Compared to the other position. Okay? So, that's all I'm saying is a lot of the issues that I'm seeing is because of this. So to me, if this was safe, this doesn't look safe to me. I'm sorry. Okay, I've been in the sport for 36 years, and I'm going to tell you, I'm probably one of the most intelligent people in the sport. And when something can move around that easy on you, okay, even knee braces limit the body. You get 30 to 40% of interior and exterior rotation naturally, the way the body's been designed billions of years ago. Okay, you take that out, you just limited the body. Take 30 to 40% of anything that's supposed to move on this motorcycle out, and tell me how good you're going to ride it. Right? Okay? And whatever you don't use, you lose. So if my knees don't have to stabilize themselves, they become weaker. My neck doesn't have to stabilize itself, it becomes weaker. Have you ever broken anything? Okay? What happened in 3 days? Where did my muscle go? Right? So again, whatever you don't use, you lose. So that's why, and why do you wear knee braces? Because so many people have hurt their knees, right? So what the hell have on? Knee braces. Every single person has hurt their knees. You know, there's no scientific research to that either. They take 30 to 40% of interior and exterior rotation at the seat. That's the most important part right there. You get what I'm saying? No, there's not a sport on earth that wears knee braces. Even downhill skiing, the hardest sport on knees, don't wear it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you do what you want, but I'm all about efficiency. I'm not about fear. You know, fear is protecting yourself from what you can't control. And that's what these braces are for. I'm trying to teach you and educate you on where you should be before these mistakes and before these crashes happen. Does that make sense? And so this is what I'm doing, and I know I would never tell you anything about your next race until your mom and dad are here, but I'm just telling you these things because I don't know if we need to go back out there if your knees a little bit sore. So I'm just kind of going to talk to you a little bit more to fill up this time. Okay? So that's one issue that I'm seeing a little bit like that because you come in the corner and then if you have this bad issue of doing this, well man, you just exaggerated that. Because now that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to go to a straightaway and I'm trying to look up and I can't and I got to do this, well now I've just weakened myself. Now my speed will be less than because I'm not in a stable, coordinated, efficient position to handle the what if. And so I'm going to be more timid because I know my body knows consciously that it's not ready in that position. Does that make sense? Okay? Then the last thing we're going to talk about is your mind. Okay? He says that's where you kind of struggle a little bit, and that's what most people do. Just naturally, we talk that your mind controls your body like you talk to the man, okay? So, most people are riding preparing for what they don't want. So when I come in the corner, that's preparing for what you don't want because you've had your front end up so many times and you've crashed so many times. You're bringing the past into the present. You're preparing for what you don't want and you get what you don't want every time you went in that corner. Does that make sense? Okay? So that is usually because my mind is thinking about something else or I'm thinking about who's in front of me, who's behind me. What's my mechanic thinking? What's my dad thinking? What's my trophy going to look like? What's my sponsor going to look like? What's Rider D doing? Right? So now my attention is in front of me, behind me, or around me. That's all thinking is. It passes around me. Think of right now. And tell me what your next thought is. Exactly. You have no control of your mind. So your mind will wander on its own if you let it. It's like a monkey in a cage. If you have that happen out there, probably a lot. Okay? So then, you can only hope that your wheels are going to be where they're at because your attention is somewhere else. The physical side's riding the motorcycle, but the mental, emotional side's somewhere else. So then you can hope. What's on the other side? What's on the other side of the coin of fear? Of hope. Fear. I hope something. Oh, I hope it's fear. The other side of the coin, I hope is fear. So if I have fear of what I hope doesn't happen or wish doesn't happen, well then what's my body going to do? It's going to tighten up. You know, I hope my wheels are going to be where they're at. Well, if there's tension, there's hesitation, there's mistakes, and if there's mistakes, there's crashes, there's lack of confidence, and then we get stuck in our problems. So we need to learn how to feel our motorcycle, learn how to feel the tires, learn how to feel our arms move, learn how to feel that traction, learn how to feel that clutch and that gas and that brake, because feeling is not future, feeling is not past, feeling is not surroundings, feeling is only now. And the best racers are the best racers are the best racers. Dungeon, feeling, McGrath, feeling, Carmichael, Valentino Rossi, Mark Marquez, Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Loeb, Jimmy Johnson. Those are the best racers of all racers and all genres of racers. And they're all feelings. You know what I'm saying? The thought is future, thought is past, and thought will never keep up with how fast the motocross is happening. It takes a quarter of a second to make a decision. The feeling is only. So when we learn to feel, then we can't think at the same time either. Right? We can't feel and think at the same time. So we got to figure out what's holding you up. What is in this computer program that's holding this, the ability of the body? Because you have 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyeballs, a heart, a brain, and the rest of everybody else. So why can't you do whatever else you're doing? That's what we've done. You know that makes sense? Okay, so I would like, again, like to work with you more, and again, the next time that we work, it's not just someone talking. I just like to explain what I'm getting at. And then when you do drills, I can say, hey, up like that. Hey, okay. And I've already explained it. Hey, what do you mean? So what then? And I want to be like, it's like we only mean the same thing. So that's what I want to get at, and that's what I'd like to chip away at doing. Weakness. I didn't know how to quit. I didn't know how to stop. So I just pushed and rode and went as fast and as hard as anybody could ever do it. And, you know, see the consequence. So, but no, cool. I had fun with you today. I think, like I said, you're a good, cool student. You know, you listen quite well. And again, of course, at the beginning, I do have a lot to say. And people let me know. But I think as we went, you kind of said, that worked. That worked. So we made a little difference with how much more control we had, leaning the bike over, getting our foot back on, having a little bit more, being able to be aggressive with that. With our hips, we had a little bit more oneness with the motorcycle, maybe a little bit more balance in the corners, you know what I'm saying? We learned about having loose arms and looking ahead. So if we made an improvement in all these things, well, we don't make much improvement in one area. We turn it upside down, we make a big improvement. So just like riding, you don't make a lot of speed up in just this corner. It's a whole track. But man, can you lose a lot of speed up in that corner. You know what I'm saying? I've almost died many times hanging on by the edge of my pinky to try to get the fast last lap for qualification or whatever. And I can't do it. I cannot do it. But one little mistake, boom, I lost a second. You know what I mean? So if you see these guys just so aggressive and making so much noise and bouncing around the track, they're not really going fast. They're not. They look like it, sound like it, but they're not. You know what I mean? That is a search. Steph and Everton only concern. Steph and Everton. So we need to start doing our research on our sport if this is what we love to do. Learn your history. Learn your history.